Hey everyone, it's Lanny. Let's follow some tracks into the wilderness. Let's follow the deer. Let's follow the rabbits. I think I saw some mice tracks even, maybe a couple other tracks. Let's go where the humans aren't and take a walk in the wilderness on a wilderness walk, following deer tracks. Come with me. Where does the narrow path lead? The trees, the birds, the deer, they have no choice but to follow the way. So as we're walking and following deer tracks today, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to share with you some voices of others, and we're going to pose questions to you for you to ponder as you're walking. When I view a deer trail cut through heavy snowdrifts, I marvel at the determination, the capacity, and the adeptness of these delicate-appearing creatures to survive brutal conditions. Gods equipped their serene, quiet beauty with the strength needed to survive. Might the presence of more than one trail in a given area mean that some deer want to avoid one another? I generally assume the deer all think alike and are friendly towards each other, but could I be wrong in that? Crows fly in a straight line in the sky. Deer cannot do that. Are they even concerned with that kind of efficiency? We add strain and stress to our lives daily with such matters. Finding the shortest and quickest way may cut years off of our lives. Does a new trail ever represent a solitary deer wandering off to be alone, just wanting to escape for a moment the company of others? Do deer ever take an unknown fork in the road out of curiosity, just wanting to see where it takes them? Does a deer wandering into a new territory know by looking what the purpose of a trail might be? Does it lead to water, food, or safe bedding? And as a UP Wild community, we ponder these questions together. Think about the path that you've been on that's brought you to the place where you are right now. What has that path looked like for you? Has it been full of detours, or has it been pretty straight? And is it going in the direction that you think it should? Or do you need to pivot and find a new path? Do you feel like you're walking the narrow way? What does that mean to you? To stand at the edge of the sea, to sense the ebb and flow of the tides, to feel the breath of a mist moving over a great salt marsh, to watch the flight of shorebirds that have swept up and down the surf lines of the continents for untold thousands of years, to see the running of the old eels and the young shad to the sea, is to have knowledge of things that are as nearly eternal as any earthly life can be. Where have you stood and felt the magnitude of who, what, and where you are? we have a mama and a baby that live on the property, and we think that this is probably where they tuck in to go to sleep. And you can see the outline of where their body was when they were sleeping. Ask the animals, and they will teach you. The birds of the air, and they will tell you. Ask the plants of the earth, and they will teach you. And the fish of the sea will declare to you. Who among these does not know that the hand of God has done this? In God's hand is the life of every living thing, and the breath of every human being. Has there been an animal friend, a bird or a plant, that's taught you something? The cycles of the year and the constellations of the stars, the natures of animals and the tempers of wild animals, the powers of winds and the thoughts of human beings, the varieties of plants and the virtues of roots. I learned what is secret and what is manifest, for wisdom, the fashioner of all things, taught me. Has God revealed something to you within the changing of seasons, or while looking up at the stars? The giver of life is silently present with all creatures in their pain and dying. They remain connected to the living God despite what is happening. In fact, in the depths of what is happening. The indwelling, empowering Spirit of God, who companions creatures in their individual lives and long-range evolution, does not abandon them in the moment of trial. The deer does not die alone. Where do you find your hope? Where do you find a peace that rises above all fear? I, the highest and fiery power, have kindled every living spark, and I have breathed out nothing that can die. I flame above the beauty of the fields. I shine in the waters. In the sun, the moon, and the stars I burn. And by means of the airy wind, I stir everything into quickness with a certain invisible life which sustains all. I, the fiery power, lie hidden in these things, and they blaze from me. The fire of the Spirit sets human hearts on fire and inspires boldness, prompting all the disciples to step out and do something new, needed now. How is your heart on fire? What inspires you to boldness? We thank you for walking this path with us, with the deer today. And we want to allow you to just give yourself thanks for taking this time out of your busy schedule to meditate and ponder on questions we don't normally think about. Enjoy the freshly fallen snow, the smell of the pines, and be sure to get out into your own nature area. Until we meet again on the trails of the wilderness walks, peace be with you.
You can choose A, to go to the right on this path. Where will you end up? Or B, would you choose to go this way down the Chippy Trail? The decision is up to you. Decide now in the comment box. You voted for this way. Let's go.